Hello and welcome to Quaid-i-Azam Union. Today we are going to discuss a very important topic, that is why Jinnah left Congress and what was the role of Mahatma Gandhi in converting Jinnah from a secular nationalist to a strong Muslim supporter. So firstly, we must begin by the career of two great leaders. In case of Jinnah was very brilliant liar in early his life, and he started his career with Dadabhai Naoroji and uh, other Congress leaders. But when Jinnah was, learning politics of India, Gandhi was out of Indian stage. He was basically in South Africa, firstly as a liar for some firms, and later he joined some important movement in South Africa against the British Empire. But afterwards, he also supported British Empire against the Boers in Boer Wars during the crisis of British Empire in South Africa, and he was awarded the honor of the Sergeant Major. So he served the British Empire for the purpose for the time being, and when he arrived in India, some scholars say that he was launched as a as a counter to Congress rising nationalist demands. So in 1913, Muslim League changed its constitution from pro-British organization to uh, an organization which now demanded a home rule for the subcontinent. So Jinnah joined Muslim League and he persuaded the leaders of Muslim League to join hands with Congress and to work for complete independence from the British rule. So at this time, Gandhi was out of stage. And in 1915, Jinnah, convinced Muslim League and Congress, because Jinnah was member of both parties, to, keep the session together in a similar city so that their leaders could meet, they could engage, they could talk, and formulate a joint strategy. So Jinnah, persuaded Congress and Muslim League to come to the terms and present a united front against the British Empire. So he was very successful, and in 1916, Congress and Muslim League reached an agreement that we know as famous as Lucknow Pact. And in this pact, Jinnah not only succeeded in gaining the recognition of Muslims as a separate nation by Congress recognizing the efficacy of separate electorates, but also now Muslim League joined hands with Congress for the demand of complete independence against the British Empire. So Jinnah succeeded basically in creating a similar front, and he rose to prominence of both the Congress and Muslim League. And in fact, the famous leader of Congress, Tilak, said that, you know, there is only one leader that can lead India toward joint struggle against the British Empire, and that is only Mr. Jinnah. And he was called by Sarojini Naidu as, ambassador of Hindu-Muslim unity. So at this time, Gandhi was out of stage, and Jinnah succeeded in uniting both Hindus and Muslim together under the platform of Congress and Muslim League. There was no differences, and they were going to present a united front against the British Empire. Now, from nowhere, Gandhi came to India, and he became so popular by the coverage given by the press, coverage given by the local uh, Congress leadership, and he was given so much protocol by the Britishers that he became the most popular leader in a small time. And it was Jinnah who welcomed the arrival of Gandhi, and he addressed Gandhi as a Mr. Gandhi. And Gandhi, aggrandizely uh, always referred to Jinnah as this Muslim guy, and this young Muslim guy. So he never accepted Jinnah as a leader of Hindus and Muslim together. But Jinnah at that time didn't differentiate between Hindus and Muslim. He was thinking in terms of Congress and Muslim League. Now, Gandhi used a tactic of using religion. And in 1918, when there was World War going to end, and they were going to distribute the empire of Ottomans among the Allied powers, Muslims started a movement that is called Khilafat movement, and they, tried to push British to keep Ottoman Empire intact and keep the Khalifa in place and keep the holy places under the guardianship of Khalifa. But British were sole sovereign. They won the war and they were to decide the future of the Ottoman Caliphate. And Gandhi saw this opportunity and Gandhi utilized this opportunity for making him more popular. And he joined hand with Muhammad Ali brothers and he was invited to mosques at every Congress committee, at every Congress conference, and at every Khilafat conference. Even he was made president of Khilafat conference. So he gained the center stage with Ali brothers. And at movement in 1920s, when the Khilafat movement was at its peak, Jinnah asked in a conference both Muhammad Ali Johar and Gandhi as Mr. Muhammad Ali, Mr. Gandhi, and they objected. Why you are calling Mr. Muhammad Ali Johar? You call him Maulana. He is honorable person. Maulana is a title for honorable person. And they objected, Jinnah, that you say Gandhi as Mahatma Gandhi because Gandhi is a great leader. Now Jinnah again referred to as him as a Mister, and you know Muhammad Ali tried to Muhammad Ali's brother basically tries to even punish Jinnah by raising fist. And Jinnah called Gandhi that you are doing a dangerous gamble by inviting religion into politics, and this would burn all of us. But they didn't object it. They didn't care about Jinnah's advices, and they didn't, care about Jinnah's rational logic that by charging the masses, you are going to create a mayhem in the future. Because Jinnah was a visionary, he was looking at the future, but they all were in the under the spell of some populism and they ignored Jinnah. So Jinnah left both Congress and Muslim League for the time being. Now what happened was that you know it was the some kind of strategy from British whether to replace some ardent secular politicians from the center stage, bring communal powers, create divide between two communities, and these communities then kept fighting for the next 30 years and British kept ruling. In fact, there is a very interesting debate that if Gandhi did not appear in the scene in 1916, the leadership of Congress and Muslim League could have presented a more strong front against the British Empire because they were all moderate, but they were firm in their constitutional struggle. Now, when Gandhi jumped into the politics and he was given so much protocol by the British Empire, British officials, those all the moderate people were sidelined. The constitutionalists, the seculars, all were sidelined. So, British, gained an opportunity to keep these two communities against each other and they kept ruling by playing one against other. So this was basically Gandhi's first ever strategy to sideline Muhammad Ali Jinnah. Now what happened next is that 1927 Simon Commission arrives and Jinnah presents Delhi proposal in which he forgo separate electorates for Muslim. He demands that if Muslims are given some assurances, then he would be happy to be part of united struggle against the British Empire. But Congress and Gandhi again reject Jinnah's proposal, and they threw in Nehru report. Nehru report talks about, you know, and Dominion India. Of course, Jinnah was against Dominion. Jinnah wanted full independence. And Nehru report also neglected separate electorates. Nehru report also neglected the demand for one-third representations. So all this led to Jinnah becoming a fair and ardent supporter for Muslim nationalism. Because at every stage, whenever Jinnah tried to compromise a solution, Gandhi and Nehru came in and they destroyed everything. In 1937, when Muslim League was at its lowest, it lost election almost all over India by winning 105 seat out of 430. And Nehru again rejected Muslim League's entry into ministries in United Provinces. Again, this was a chance that Muslim League could have been shut down and would have been submerged into Congress if Nehru had given few seats to Muslim League. Nehru, under the spell of his hubris, he did not relented to the few seats demanded by Muslim League, and now Muslim League became strong opponent of Nehru government, strong opponent of Gandhi. If Nehru had given few seats, this is also said by Maulana Abdul Kalam that if in 1937 Nehru had given instead of two seats to Muslim League, then there would have been, a very likely chance that Muslim League could have ended its career there. But again, in 1939, Muslim League got a chance against Congress. Congress was, when Congress came against the British, now Muslim League got upper hand. They sided with British, and they now sidelined Congress. From 1939 to 1945, Congress was sidelined. Muslim League was at the forefront, and Jinnah became the sole spokesman of the Muslim. Again in 1944, Congress and Muslim League, initiated talks under the leadership of Gandhi and Jinnah, known as Gandhi Jinnah talks. And again, Jinnah asked for compromises from Congress, and Gandhi didn't, relented to the demands by the Jinnah, and now Jinnah was firmly against whatever Congress would demand in the future. And in 1946, again Jinnah accepted the cabinet mission. Jinnah accepted the idea of united India. Jinnah accepted a parliamentary form of government in India with provincial autonomy. Again, Nehru threw all that into the trash. And, at this stage, if Gandhi would have intervened and it would have, allowed both parties to cooperate with each other, but neither Nehru nor Gandhi were going to relent to the demands of Jinnah for provincial autonomy. So, by not giving provincial autonomy to Muslim League's demand, Gandhi and Nehru, created the space for separate idea of state. And Jinnah then, fully went into an aggressive stance, into aggressive push toward a separate state. He threatened for direct action day. He threatened for communal violence, and that basically led to the separation of Jinnah from the idea of united India. And all the ideas of separatism goes back to the intransigence and hubris by the Gandhi and Nehru. And at the forefront was the episode between 1916 and 1920s when Gandhi sidelined Mr. Muhammad Ali Jinnah from the main political stage by inculcating religion into politics, by bringing communal disturbances, by bringing religious matters into the politics. And Jinnah was completely sidelined from uh, this attitude. Now, again, if we look at the final time period between 1947 and 1948, there was some kind of reconciliation between Jinnah and Gandhi. Gandhi at that stage recognized that it was very cruel for both parties to kill each other. Jinnah also saw the consequences of separatism. There was a lot of blood damage. There was a lot of mayhem. There was a lot of communal violence. And both leaders saw that there was some kind of mistake between their understanding that they would part ways like, brothers. But that did not happen. Now, to salvage this, Gandhi tried to appease Muslims. Nehru, which was leading the government of India, stopped all the payments that was due to the Bank of Pakistan, Bank of Pakistan from the Bank of India that was left by British, and they had to give Pakistan 750 million rupees. But after few payments, they stopped all the payments, and this led to Gandhi going into the hunger strike, and this hunger strike basically then pressurized the government of Nehru to release the funds for Pakistan, but still they did not give Pakistan 50 million that is still due to India, and Pakistan, I think, can sue Indian government for those those assets. But what there is a lot of debate about the mentality of these leaders, about the role of Britain in in the movement of these two leaders. Some say that Jinnah was supported by the British. Others say that no, it was Gandhi who was supported by the British to sideline Muslim. I think there are two stages when Britain played both parties against each other. First was between 1915 and 1925, when Britain was going through crisis of World War One. And at this stage, the moderate faction of Muslim League in Congress was presenting a very strong wall against the aspirations of the Britain. Now they saw an opportunity in Gandhi, who served them in South Africa during Boer Wars and was awarded the rank of Sergeant Major. So they utilized the services of Gandhi to sideline Muhammad Ali Jinnah. Then again in 1937 to 1945, they saw Gandhi as a threat to their empire, and they now tried to side with the Muhammad Ali Jinnah. And Muhammad Ali Jinnah saw an opportunity to promote the interests of Muslim League against the Congress, because Muslim League was sidelined by the Congress. But now it got the stage as Congress was at its lowest after the resignation of ministries in 1939. So, at both these stage, British tried to play both leaders against each other, but both leaders also tried to play British against other leader. In 1917 and 18, Gandhi played British against Jinnah. In 1939 to 1945, Jinnah played Gandhi against British Empire. So there was a relative reciprocal relationship between two leaderships approaches. And there is another thing that Jinnah never received any title from the Britisher. Even Allama Iqbal got the title of Sir. Sir Syed Ahmad Khan got the title of Sir, but Quaid-i-Azam never get any title from the Britishers, because Jinnah was so ardent in his beliefs against British Empire that he never tried to side with British. He carried out constitutional struggle to carry out the interests of Muslims, and he never, demanded any personal favors. He never demanded any personal awards. He never demanded any personal titles. So there is a major difference between Gandhi, and even Gandhi, kept visiting Europe and promoting himself as a, non-violent leader. But there is a very important role of Gandhi in creating the communal mayhem. Because if Gandhi did not have injected religion into politics, we did not have seen popular rebellion. Because he has pumped so much idea of Khilafat, into the mind of Muslims and asked Hindus to support them, that in 1921 a group called Mopilas rose against Britishers and they established caliphate in Samal region, killed all the non-believers. So it was direct result of the education, political education of Gandhi. Jinnah never used it. Jinnah only threatened on 1946 that if Muslims are not going to get their rights, he would resort to direct action. But that was also symbolic. He was referring to a symbolic strike, and he never threatened to use religion against any community. Even his 11th August speech is a firm reminder of his belief that you are free to go to your temples, you are free to go to your mosque, you are free to go to anywhere because that has nothing to do with the business of state. So Jinnah was very firm in his convictions, and at last I would say that you know if Gandhi's personality, which was very hubristic in 1910 and 1920s, would have accommodated Muhammad Ali Jinnah and would have given him a stage equal to that of his, because it was Jinnah who was, promoting Congress at the forefront, promoting Muslim League against the Britishers, and he was firm supporter of Muslim League changing constitution in 1930s toward a separatism. So it was Jinnah who was emerging as a sole leader of the Muslim League in Congress in 1915 and 16, and he was recognized by Hindus and Muslim alike. But it was Gandhi who pumped into this scenario and changed everything. So I think that was very important development in 1910, that in second decade, that changed the attitude of both leaders. And this is how Gandhi's entry into politics changed the nature of Jinnah, changed the mentality of Jinnah, and it was the attitude of hubris by Gandhi and his second in command Nehru and Patel that you know transformed the thinking of Jinnah from a secular Indian nationalist to ardent Muslim supporter. Thank you very much.